Yeah. Good morning, Heidi. How are you? Yeah, that wind. How are you? All right, I'm looking for either somebody that knows where we're supposed to meet tomorrow at 1 o'clock to go over to the garden center.
Office. Yeah, I would think that. I read with. Yeah. It's not the way here because I'm giving money to your service. Pam is not going to be here for her service today. So you're now in charge of everybody. Okay. And then have you spotlighted everybody? I need to hold on. Okay, so now
I'm going to turn the sound on my computer. It's loud.
Okay. Can you? What?
Hold on.
It wasn't our Jacob doing the class over there. I thought it was our Jacob.
Can't hear you, Steve.
Lord Jesus, we just thank you so much for your mercy and your grace, which are new every morning. We receive those gifts today, along with the gifts of the fellowship that we have together. And we pray that you'd bless our time together this morning. In your name we pray. Amen. Okay. I have a Palm Sunday joke for you. You ready? So the pastor walks into the sanctuary and sees the sanctuary adorned with these beautiful palm branches. And what does he say? With fronds like these, who needs anemones? Don Hertzler got the joke. Our master gardeners got the joke. You know, anemones, they're a small plant that flowers and blooms. Okay, sorry. With fronds like these, who needs anemones? Every month, it is such a blessing to be able to recognize the special people who devote their vocational life to serving at Trinity Woods. I love the fact that people feel a sense of calling who come to work here. And it's part of what makes this community such a very special place. And it's part of the reason why we love this time when we get to acknowledge the people who work here. And this month, we have the special blessing of being able to acknowledge two people, one of whom I'm sure that you know, and one of whom you probably don't know. So this morning, as part of our April Star Awards, Delisa Gray is being recognized. Oh, was it really? Have you told that joke before? Have you? Oh, okay, okay. She really funny. Anyway, thank you so much for everything that you do to advance the wellness program here. And we are delighted. Oh, this is Jennifer's comment, okay? Her daily jokes, her kind heart, and her willingness to help make Delisa a great asset to the wellness team. Delisa finds creative ways to engage the residents in all areas of the campus and adds a smile to every room that she goes into. So thank you very much. Bless you. Thank you so much. Take care.
Delisa, tell your joke. Delisa, tell your joke of the day. See if you can beat Steve's joke.
Oh, yeah. You have a joke today?
What do you call a baby potato? What do you call a baby potato? Tater tot. Good job. She remembered. Awesome.
Way to go. The second person that we're recognizing as a star of the month is somebody that you may not know. Jafari Maggie is a CNA in Bueller Place. And the reason that you probably don't know him is that he works the night shift. He does an amazing job. He and his wife, Jennifer worked here for a number of years as a nurse. And their devotion to the mission and ministry of Trinity Woods is a great blessing. Cheryl Herdlicka is the director of nursing, and she made this comment about Jafari. Jafari is always dependable, and the elders look forward to the times that he is there. So I know you'll join me in expressing appreciation if you see him, but we'll see to it that he gets the certificate. Now is another fun thing. Today we are recognizing two people for milestones in their service of Trinity Woods. The first person is Cliff Mosley, who works in the transportation. And Cliff, I can't believe it's been 10 years. 10 years. Now we also we don't really technically have a prize, but Cliff won the consolation prize in yesterday's basketball competition, which included a free throw contest and kind of a multi-point shot contest. So do you want to say who won?
Not really, but I will.
Who got last place?
You're a chaplain, Weldon Tisdale, so he gets to hold up the Tisdale name again.
Hey, Cliff, who got last place?
Who got last place?
I think I'm standing next to him.
Yeah, I get the booby prize. Yeah, that's anyway, thank you very much. 10 years of service. Here's your pin. Thanks so much. We love you. And Samantha Kibaki is a certified medication aide, and she'll be recognized for 15 years of service in assisted living. So thank you so much. That is an awesome blessing. Now, we have an awesome celebration that's coming up. Anybody know what it is? There's a birthday party coming up. There's a birthday party coming up. Anybody know what the birthday party is?
Easter.
It's Crestwood's birthday party. So I'm going to ask if you were in the first class of Crestwood members, if you would please stand up, I would appreciate that. Could you stand up if you were in the first class of Crestwood membership? Look at that. Look at that. What an amazing, amazing thing. And yesterday I was talking with a group of people in Charter Oak, and the comment was made around the table where I was that the other members around the table are frequently reminded that they have upperclassmen in their presence. We are delighted about this. We're really looking forward to it. We're trying to figure out meaningful ways to celebrate. Lou Feltz even sent us a list of the people that she had kind of compiled from across the campus, and I'm very grateful for that. We're really looking forward to having a fun time, but it'll be a great celebration. I have gotten a couple of questions that have been sent to me. And before I turn the microphone over to the other people who will be sharing with you today, I just want to talk to you about what those were. A question came in about telephone etiquette. And there was a concern voiced about just telephone etiquette, let's say, responsiveness on the phone. And what I can assure you is I will send out an all-staff email reminding people about telephone etiquette, asking them to return calls in a timely fashion and so forth. And I'm grateful for that feedback. Please feel free at any time to reach out to any of the members of the leadership team that you're going to hear from today if you have questions or concerns. And I'm always grateful when people email in advance of this meeting so that I can help with responses. In that vein, does anybody have any questions for me before I turn the microphone over to the folks who will follow me? Well, if not, I'm going to invite Lupina to come up, and she has a couple of things that she wants to share. Would you rather have Dennis go first? Okay. Dennis is going to go first. Okay, sorry.
Good morning. Couple of things real quick. Number one, in Crestwood, we've had some challenges with the trash chute. So I wanted to just kind of visit with you a little bit. Here's some pictures. So what people might not understand or may understand is that when the trash goes down the chutes, it does not go into a trash container that our trash service carries off. It goes into a large cart, and then our housekeeping services takes it out to the trash container and separates. If it's in a clear plastic bag, they put that in the recycle. If it's in a dark plastic bag, they put it in the trash. So what we've been getting is a lot of just trash coming down the chute. There's a couple of things wrong with that. Number one is when you can see when it gets down there, it gets stacked up and it just gets scattered everywhere. We need everybody to remember in Crestwood, when you're putting trash down the trash chutes, please put everything in a trash bag. Now, the second issue is wine bottles. Wine bottles, people are just dropping them straight down the chute. And when they hit at the bottom from the fourth floor, it makes a pretty good mess. And in the past, we've had employees who have reached down in there to get the trash and ended up in the minor emergency with getting stitches. So we really need not to put wine bottles down the trash chute. I believe in every trash room, there is a bottle, or excuse me, a box for glass. So please put those in those boxes. Do not put those things down the trash chute. And please remember when you put things down the trash chute to make sure that they're all bagged. Everything's bagged. If you have boxes after you've moved in, or if you buy some new furniture or something like that, if you want to contact housekeeping, they're more than happy to come pick those boxes up and discard them for you. So don't try to cut them up. We've had people cut them up in little pieces and send them one at a time down the trash chute. And there's another reason for it. And the reason is when you start dropping things down there, especially if you start dropping food items or partially empty containers, we have to shut those trash chutes down and sanitize them all the time and wash them. And that just creates more times that we have to sanitize and creates more time that the chutes are shut down. So please, everybody, put all your trash in a trash bag when it goes down, so it's nice and neat at the bottom, so the guys can get that trash hauled out to the containers. The other thing is one of my most favorite subjects, cocks. Cox is a great corporation that provides us with a lot of challenging processes. I'll just leave it at that. Cox is going to have a scheduled outage. And it's not just going to be us. It's going to be a massive outage. They are doing some updates and it's going to affect many, many, many people. And these updates, from what I understand, are going to be done from Oklahoma City. So let me just kind of give you a little bit of details. On April 12th, Cox states we'll be making an update in your area to keep up with the network traffic growth. This way, you can continue to work and learn from home with reliable service. Okay. I certainly hope they live up to that. I hope that these repairs, Debbie spends a lot of time solving Cox issues, and so do the maintenance staff. You can't imagine some of the conversations that we have to have with Cox. So she really is behind the scenes fighting for you guys to make sure that you have service every day. It's not an easy process. We do have some contacts, but their authorities only go so far. It sounds like maybe Debbie has been on the phone enough. I don't know if we take full credit for this, but maybe they realized they needed an update. And hopefully this will repair a lot of the issues that we've had. It sounds like they're going to try to conduct as much of work as possible in the middle of the night. But unfortunately, some of it must be done during the day. This means you'll experience a service outage and won't be able to access your Cox services or any devices connected to the internet. Okay, that also is going to affect not only you as consumers. You know, Cox has two companies. They have business. They have the business side, and then they have the video and consumer side. We are also going to be affected on the business side. So the good news here is we shouldn't lose a lot of connectivity because we have a redundant internet service. This is mostly just for the fiber services. So we have a cable service that we can, that's our backup service. So if either or goes down, we'll be able to switch to the other and keep our services up. The difference is going to be if we have to switch over to cable, it's going to be a lot slower. We won't have the full 1 gig download and upload that we currently have. So it'll be a little bit slower, but it won't be for very long. But we won't lose full connectivity. The last thing is, in most cases, the work will be completed in 4 hours, but you will experience at least one service interruption during the time. So we're going to at least have one. And it sounds to me like, if I know Cox well, it'll be during the day and not at night when we get interrupted. So hopefully this will repair a lot of our issues that we've had. I know we've had some blackouts, and hopefully this will get us up to date and get a lot of other services for other people up to date as well. So I think with that, the last thing I have is as spring gets closer, as I always say, spring's right around the corner. That means that any fescues or any weeds that made it through, they're growing very well. And the guys should be mowing today. They didn't mow yesterday. It was still pretty wet. So they should be mowing today. So we'll start kicking off the mowing schedules. And so watch for that. The last thing, we're putting down a lot of new crosswalks today. They're painting those crosswalks. So please, when you're out walking, try to stay off of those until later this evening. They should be dry by then, but please don't step on those until later this evening when they're dry. And one other thing, as you know, you can see we start digging on the new villas. So the new villas are underway, and we hopefully to have those done in about 120 days. So we should be done there. With that, I think that's all I have. Is anyone have any questions for me?
Hey, Dennis,
Yes.
Donna Shirley, when is the
Yes.
Cox outage going to happen?
What was the question?
When is the Cox outage going to happen?
The Cox outage is going to happen April 12th. April 12th.
Thank you.
Yes. Any others? Yes. Yes.
Repeat the
I
question.
don't know for sure, but I'm going to say yes, just in case, because we don't, it seems to be internet, but the question was, is it going to affect our TVs? And I'm going to say yes at this point, just so we're prepared. Okay. Thank you very much.
Very good. So Deb Judah will get the credit if all this goes smoothly, and Cox will get the blame if it doesn't, okay? Bonnie Pollock. Oh, Lupina Fry. Lupina is ready to go. How many of you were able to attend the wellness presentation this morning? Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Good morning. Okay, I just had a couple of health-related sort of topics to talk to you about. One, probably one that everybody's wondering about is the booster clinic, and if we're going to have that. And the answer is yes. We will do something in April. The date has yet to be determined because we're working with Boomer Pharmacy. If you all recall, Boomer was here to do one of our vaccines. We had to come into the CLC. We'll be doing that similar sort of a clinic. As soon as we have a date for you, we will let you all know, and very likely we'll divide the campus up by the villas and patio homes, and similar to what we did the last time. So as soon as we know something, we'll let you know. The other thing that I wanted to talk to you about that's really important is the update went out yesterday. I don't know if you all got that, the COVID update. In that had a little bit of information about short stay rehab. If someone goes to the hospital, please let us know. Does everyone know that you're supposed to call and let me know if you go to the hospital? Okay, good. So let me know. When you're at the hospital, I'll try to keep tabs of how things are going, making sure that everything's okay for you, and then also trying to prepare for when you come home. The hospital physicians will very likely, depending on what the situation is, may recommend a short rehab stay. Lately, they've been recommending the short rehab stay in the hospital. So sometimes that's perfectly fine. It works out. You're good to go, come home, no problem. Doesn't always happen that way. Sometimes it's better if you come to our rehab unit here at Trinity Woods, which is over at the health center. How many of you all have been in the rehab unit for skilled services? Okay, so a few of you. We've got excellent therapists over there. They will work with you. We've got physical, occupational, and speech therapists that can work with you to help you on your recovery. And the additional benefit of being here for your short stay rehab is that you have me, and we can go to your home before you actually get there to make sure that your home is properly prepared for you when you get there. Make sure that grab bars are in place, make sure that furniture's moved so that you can get through easily, make sure that everything is safe. And then we can also kind of follow through with the additional PT and OT that might happen when you get home. They'll work with you while you're there in the health center, get you strong, make sure that everything is ready and good to go. We'll get your home ready, good to go. And then they'll continue with therapy until you're recovered. So this process is a lot easier when we can get you from the hospital into our rehab and then safely back home. It becomes a little bit more of a challenge when the hospital wants to hang on to you for a little longer. Hospitals are great. You don't get a lot of rest there, as everybody knows. but they provide the service. So think about it whenever you're at the hospital. How do you want to plan for that recovery period? And then give me a call if you've got any questions. I'm always happy to talk with you or talk with your family to try to make those arrangements so that everything is just as smooth as possible. But definitely let me know if you're going to the hospital, if you've got something planned, let me know about that too. It's very helpful. Definitely makes things easier for me to help you. So just wanted to share that little bit of information and encourage you all that hopefully no one has to go to the hospital, but if you do, let me know about it. Okay. Any questions?
Concerning the COVID booster thing, is it going to be for anybody that's here, or is it only for those people that may have some compromising conditions and like that?
It's supposed to be for anyone over 50 who's got an underlying condition or at higher risk. The pharmacists don't specifically ask you what conditions you are. They're not going to check your medical history or anything like that. So it's kind of up to you to decide whether you want that booster or not. It's not mandatory. It's just going to be up to you whether you want to have that. For some people, I would highly recommend it. Not for everybody, not for everybody. The question was, there any COVID here now? Very likely there is, and we don't know about it. A lot of times people are not having a lot of symptoms. It seems like as things kind of progress and change, people aren't experiencing the really significant symptoms like the coughing and stuff that happened for the first go around with the actual COVID-19. But with the variations, each time it changes, it seems to be less and less of the really heavy respiratory issues that they were having at the beginning. So it's still very possible that people have it. You just don't know. It's allergy season too. So runny noses and, sneezing, a lot of people are doing that. Whether it's allergies or COVID, there's no telling. You just kind of have to cough in your, elbow, cover it, cover your mouth or your face if you're going to sneeze, something like that to kind of help protect other people. And if you're concerned at all, wear a mask when you're in a big group of people. But it's for the most part, everybody has had their vaccines and their boosters. So that's a good thing. But for people who do have, I would say people that are on any kind of chemotherapy, who have severe respiratory issues, those folks probably it would be beneficial to wear a mask, no matter where you're at, or who else is wearing one. Any other questions? All righty, thank you.
Thank you. We do continue to meet on a almost daily basis. We didn't have a meeting today, but at 10 o'clock every day, we do still have a COVID update call. We're not aware of any specific cases in residential living or any of our licensed areas. We do have one case. We went for a prolonged period of time where we had no cases at all. We did have a case, this one case this week that we're aware of, but I really like Lupina's answers. We probably have COVID in our midst, but we're not aware of it. So we maintain that vigilance. We're continuing to meet on a daily basis, and we're really pleased. This is really the first time since the beginning of the pandemic where the positivity rate in Tulsa County is, down in the 5% area, and we just trust that it continues to be that way. With that, Bonnie Pollock has the couple of reports for you.
Hey, how are you guys? Nice. Okay, so what is on my report? Oh, now I know. As promised, many of you have asked Eastmont, because you are obviously great referral source for our sales team, to see availability. So we have our April availability sheet that Christy and Nadine have if you're interested in that. And I hope all of you are, because you make great neighbors and we want you to bring your friends here. So we have an availability sheet for those of you who are interested in that. We also are running a special this month in April about the Felt House. One of the things that most of Tulsa doesn't know about us is that actually Felt House is the most affordable senior living community option right now. And it's a great community. And we are really proud of the Felt House and really kind of the community they've become. I don't think you had envisioned that when it all started. So I would say if you know somebody looking for a 1-bedroom, the Felt House is an amazing option. And we're really excited to promote that this month. There's also other availabilities on that sheet, from villas to patio homes, Crestwood, a little bit of everything. So if you know somebody who's interested or should be interested, but they're not quite there yet, please let us know. The other thing I like to do is we have had 3 members this month turn in referrals. And we like to reward people who help us with that. So this month's winner of the gift card is Mary Stubbs. Mary, you can come pick out a gift card. Oh yeah, let her pick from that. Thank you. So thank you for recommending us and referring a friend. And if you would like to recommend and refer a friend, these little cards are all over campus, as well as in the sales office. So please, please, please help us expand your neighborhood. So the other thing I wanted to touch on is more on the philanthropy side. And most of you should have received a letter and a card about Owens Park and the trees and benches we're selling. And I just wanted to remind you, we are still selling those. It is first come, first serve. We are really close to bench capacity. Benches have been really popular, so we're really excited about that. But if you are still interested in doing this, have questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. We will have a plat that you get to pick. Everything is going to be laid out where the benches are, what tree is where, and you will get to pick where you want to be, and we will work with you on the signage that goes on it. So if you're interested in that, let us know. The other thing that has been asked quite a bit about it is, I don't necessarily want a tree or a bench, but I love this idea and I love this park. Can I just give money for this park? And the answer is yes. So if you don't feel like giving the $1,000 for a tree or $1,500 for a bench, that's fine too. You are absolutely welcome to contribute to the park that is in your neighborhood at any level that you wish to do. And we would welcome that as well. Any questions on Owens Park? We're such an agreeable group today. Nice. It must be that it's not snowing outside, right? Yeah. Thank you guys so much. Does anybody have any questions? I didn't ask that on any other thing. But if you are interested in the April availability, Christy has them back there. We can also put some up at the front. You can raise your hand, however you want to do it. We'd be happy to share that with you guys.
Bonnie, thank you very much. I didn't want to step in front of everybody. How many of you had the opportunity to be present last night for Kelly Ford and Kathy Venable? Oh, wow. You were out late last night. That was great. Jennifer Rawlings is going to come and present the report as VP of Wellness.
Hello, everyone. I just have a few updates. How many of you all have turned in your reservations for Meet the Chef in 2 weeks? We have changed the program a little bit and we are highlighting Cypress Grill for this month, but we have exceeded the Cypress Grill reservations. So we are actually going to move it into the Community Life Center. So I'll be making some flyers about that. So if you've made a reservation for Meet the Chef this month, it will now be in this room versus in the Cypress Grill. And we're real excited to feature Chef Ling again and get him out in the spotlight again. And then we are going to finally get to have our medical clinic open house at the end of this month. So I don't know if everyone's had the chance to visit this new space with Dr. Rank and her team. And then we've also had the podiatrist in there, and we've had some RML labs, but we are actually going to showcase that space. Even if you don't see one of those doctors, you can go in and see the new space. We'll have light refreshments. So that is on Friday, April 29th at 2:00 down in the medical clinic. And then we'll open up the Spain Wellness Center too for overflow. So save the date for the open house for that space. And then we do have Holy Week services starting next week. So they will be Monday through Friday at 10:30. And we will have light refreshments starting at 9:30. And we have some great guest speakers. Steve is one of them. Weldon, Dub is coming back to be a guest speaker, and then a couple other from the Tulsa community. So check the calendar for those. And then last but not least, we have a special surprise for Town Hall today. We have a pop-up shop for Bargain Basement. So as you are on your way out, please stop by the Trudy Plowman classroom and visit the Bargain Basement pop-up shop. They have little samplings from all of their inventory. There's clothes, there's household gifts, all of the things that you thought you didn't need, but now you need again, now that you've moved, or you just realize that there's always things that we always think we need. So stop by. They're open until noon today. You can stop by, you can check it out, and then you can also buy items. So we are excited to have that pop-up opportunity. And we also, we announced this at the volunteer luncheon on Wednesday, but they have raised over $9,000 last year for the Good Samaritan Fund. So thank them for all of their hard work, and thank you all for making that happen as well. Awesome. All right.
Very good. That is all of the planned comments that we have. Does anybody have any other questions, or are there any other questions from our online audience? Very good. How many people do we have joining us online today? There are 28 people joining us online. Let's give a round of applause to our online audience. Thank you so much for joining us. Again, if you have any questions or concerns that you'd like to bring up, we'll be hanging around here for a few minutes. If not, go in peace. Have a wonderful weekend. And we look forward to seeing you next week during our Holy Week celebration. Take care and have a good weekend.